Hello and thank you for attending my PowerPoint presentation on Tingyun. This PowerPoint will cover both forms of Tingyun. Tingyun is the Amicaster of the Whistling Flames Merchant Guild. By the way, Amicaster isn't a word used in real life. Her identity was stolen by Lord Ravager Fantilia and somehow survived with the help of Runmei and Luocha. She now goes by the name Fugue. In psychiatry, a fugue state is a loss of awareness of one's identity. The Xian name is Wang Gui Ren. Wang means forget. Gui means return or return home in this context. Ren is person. So it translates to roughly person who forgot to return home. So starting with Tingyun, Tingyun is one of the frailest characters in the entire game, which is not very convenient when she's targeted about 7 out of 10 times. She is very fast though. The second fastest character in the game actually. Her basics are basic. They generate 1 skill point and 20 energy. Her skill grants a single ally benediction and increases their attack by 50% up to 25% of Tingyun's current attack. So this does snapshot. Whenever the ally with benediction attacks, they will deal additional damage equal to 40% of that ally's attack one time. Benediction lasts for 3 turns and is only effective on the most recent receiver of Tingyun's skill. This consumes 1 skill point and generates 30 energy. Her ult restores 50 energy to a single target ally and gives them 50% damage bonus for 2 turns. This costs 130 energy. Whenever an ally is attacked by Tingyun, the ally with benediction immediately deals additional lightning damage equal to 60% of that ally's attack to the same enemy. This causes her basics to actually be able to chip off some weak peons here and there. Her technique immediately regenerates 50 energy for herself. This can be used repeatedly. Her A2 trace gives her 20% speed for 1 turn after using her skill. Her A4 gives her basics 40% damage bonus. Her A6 regenerates 5 energy at the start of her turns. She also gets 28% attack, 15% defense, and 8% lightning damage bonus from minor traces. Her E1 gives the ally with benediction 20% speed for 1 turn after using their ultimate. Her E2 regenerates 5 energy for the ally with benediction after they defeat an enemy up to once per turn. Her E3 gives +2 trace levels to her ult and +1 to her basics. Her E4 increases the damage multiplier of the additional damage provided by benediction by 20%. Her E5 gives +2 trace levels to her skill and talent, and her E6 regenerates 10 more energy for the target of her ultimate. Unfortunately, Tingyun doesn't hold up super well to limited harmonies nowadays. She's still one of the best batteries in the game and is still absolutely essential in zero cycling since battering is super important there. And she can use either cogs for more energy or dance for action advances, considering again she's getting hit 7 out of 10 times, so she can use cogs to get 8 extra energy every single time she's hit, or dance to make even better use of her absolutely insane ult that she's constantly getting from the energy she's getting from getting hit. Now onto Fugue. In terms of base stats, Fugue is way bulkier than her previous form. She may be a lot slower, actually only average speed, but she does get a lot of speed from minor traces. We'll get to that when we get to that. Her basics are basic. They generate 1 skill point and 20 energy. Her skill gives 1 designated ally Foxian Prayer and causes herself to enter Torrid Scorch, lasting for 3 turns. This only reduces at the start of Fugue's own turns. Foxian Prayer, similar to Benediction from her previous form, only takes effect on the most recent target of her skill. The ally target with Foxian Prayer gets 30% break effect and can reduce toughness when hitting enemies without their weakness for half the original toughness value. This does not stack with other effects that ignore weakness type like Rappa or Firefly's weakness ignore. While in towards Scorch, Fugue enhances her basic attack. Additionally, whenever the ally with Foxium Prayer attacks, she has a 100% base chance to reduce the attacked enemy target's defense by 18%, lasting for 2 turns. Her enhanced basics do blast damage, but are otherwise still basic. They generate 1 skill point and 20 energy. Her ult does AoE damage. This ignores weakness type to reduce all enemies' toughness, and triggers Fire Weakness Break as is the standard. This costs 130 energy. Considering that you will be building her with Break Effect, this is nice toughness chip, which can be used to finish off small peons. So if you're familiar with the 2.5 to 2.6's MOC, this is basically just that. While Fugue is on the field, enemy targets will get afflicted with Cloud Flame Luster, equal to 40% of their max toughness. Cloud Flame Luster is basically a second toughness bar that can be broken again after the first one is broken. Except that when you're breaking the second layer of toughness, it's already considered to be a weakness broken target, so you can do super break damage and trigger other various effects. All effects that trigger based on breaking the enemy also get to trigger twice, like Boot Hill's Pocket Trick Shot, Himiko and Rappa's Charges, Harmony Trailblazer's Talent, and so on and so forth. It also allows you to get more break dot and break damage instances as well, which is great for characters like Boot Hill or maybe Super Break Luca, who have bleeds which do a lot of damage. On top of this, when Fugue is on the field just passively, no uptime needed or anything, all allies can just do 100% super break damage when hitting weakness broken enemies. It's absolutely insane. Her technique dazes nearby enemies for 10 seconds, while dazed enemies will not actively attack allies. When you enter combat against dazed enemies, she advances her own action by 40%, which allows her to apply Foxium Prayer earlier, and it has a 100% base chance to inflict the same defense threat as her skill to all enemies. Her A2 trace further delays the enemy's action by 15% upon breaking their weakness. Remember, due to Cloud Flame Luster, this can be triggered 2 times consecutively. Her A4 trace gives her 30% break effect passively. Additionally, after the first use of her skill, she recovers 1 skill point. Her A6 trace gives all other allies 6% break effect for 2 turns whenever breaking an enemy's weakness, stacking up to 2 times. However, if her break effect is 220% or higher, she gives all other allies 12% more break effect, still lasting for 2 turns, stacking up to 2 times. She also gets 24% break effect, 10% HP, and 14 speed from minor traces. 14 speed is absolutely insane. With the 14 speed from the traces and the 102 base speed, we're talking 116 base speed. That is higher than Zila. This is the fastest character in the game, which is absolutely absurd. Her E1 also gives the ally target with Foxium Prayer 50% weakness break efficiency, which is even more absurd. Her E2 regenerates 3 energy whenever an enemy is weakness broken. When she also advances the action of all allies by 24%. So this basically tosses on Thief of Shooting Meteor's 4P set bonus and Dance and Dance as 5 on top of her kit, because she can't use Dance 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 as a Nihility character. Her E3 gives +2 trace levels to her skill and +1 to her basics. Her E4 causes the ally with Foxium Prayer to do 20% more break damage. Now, the break damage formula doesn't really have a damage bonus multiplier, so I guess you can say this is that multiplier. It's 1.2 times the entire rest of the formula, which is pretty big. But then at the same time, Harmblazer has her own trace that does this for super break damage, so do what you will. Her E5 gives +2 trace levels to her ult and talent, and her E6 gives herself 50% weakness break efficiency. Additionally, while in Torch Scorch, Foxian Prayer affects all allies. Wellflame Luster is one of the most strong mechanics in existence. I don't know, so far. I mean, she needed to be this strong at least, since Harmblazer, which is the entirely free alternative, is there and really strong. Also, there is the matter of Rimblazer coming out soon, and she's the only character that gives 100% super break if you plan on using Rimblazer. The extra break proc does count as breaking for the purposes of Rappa's and Himiko's charges, but it also counts as being weakness broken for super break damage, which is absolutely insane for Rappa. This probably single-handedly makes Super Break Himiko and Rappa good in MOC against their weaknesses, which is insane. Himiko just keeps winning. Alright, hope you enjoyed. If you did, do like and subscribe. You might as well check out the other PowerPoints while you're watching this one if you haven't already. Let me know what PowerPoint I should make next in the comments. I do read all of them. Right, bye.